Hello everyone. I wanted to do a video to share some of the journals that I am using lately. The last video that I did, I think, was back in March. So a few new things have joined my rotation of journals. So I will share a little bit about each in the video. I'm still continuing with my 1 line a day journal where I write different memories for my daughters and just like general family things that we do. The last 3 months, if you follow me on Instagram, you might know that I did a 3-month long journaling exploration. So I shared in that group a little bit about the benefits of doing the 1-line journals because they are kind of low maintenance. You don't have to put too much thought into what you write. I've seen people who keep quotes in their 1-line journals, so that might be something that you can give it a try if you are interested in getting into journaling but feel like maybe you don't have a lot of time for it. This is a new journal that I just started using this month. I had seen it on Instagram a few months ago. It's the Cycles journal, and this one is specifically to track your menstrual cycle as well as your how you're feeling as the moon is changing phases. So since I just bought it in June, I obviously there's a lot of pages that I didn't get to use, but I really liked it so far, and I am considering ordering the next one for next year. I just am recently starting to track my cycle, so it has a lot of really good information about how to do that, and there's a few pages that I wanted to show you in the journal. It's really beautiful. I really love the color, all the red that it has. It has some beautiful images. So there's 3 pages that you will track your cycle in, and one of them is this one. This is like a lunar cycle spread, and each day has the number up there as well as the moon phase, the sign that the moon is in, as well as the moon phase. And there's different things you can track here. There's physical sensations as well as emotional and self-care, different self-care activities that you can track. And on the next page it has the same, and then you just use the key at the bottom here, the key for less, opposed, not occurring, somewhat, moderate, fully, intense, extreme, and then I think you can create your own key for abnormal. So I have actually really enjoyed keeping track of my physical symptoms this way, and it's interesting just to see it span across the moon cycle this way. So on July 9th, the new moon phase starts, and then I'll start the next moon cycle here. So in addition to that, it also has daily pages where you can do a check-in about your body, your emotions, how you nourish yourself, and how your sleep quality is. And it also has, I'll show you here on this one, information about the astrology of the moon. Then you can take notes about what phase of your cycle you're in, as well as what day, how the weather was. Since I'm new to tracking my cycle, I haven't been filling in the phase because I'm still trying to figure out which phase is what. But during the major moon phases, there's these questions. I don't know if you can see it. There's different questions that you can reflect on. It also comes with different rituals that you can try, poetry, some educational information like at the beginning about the different phases of your cycle and how you can what you can eat to regulate your hormones. So this is a really interesting journal. I really love how it looks, and it's a really great tool to help you connect with your menstrual cycle if that's something that you are interested in. And it is by Cycles Journal. You can find them on Instagram, or you can visit their website here at cyclesjournal.com. So this one has not replaced my new moon journal, which I'm still using. The new moon journal I usually use for tracking how I'm feeling based on the moon, and I usually did not go into detail so much about like my physical symptoms, and I didn't keep track of my menstrual cycle, but you can definitely keep track of your menstrual cycle on this journal. This is the mandala that I made for the last new moon, and this is the reflect and release page. I really like how this 2-page spread turned out, so I have been displaying the journal here on my one of my sacred spaces, just opened up like this. I think I really like the colors. I have been keeping track of a word of the month, and this comes from my vision board that I made at the beginning of the year. So I have 12 words in it, and each month I have a new word to work with. And then compared to the Cycles journal, I really like the circular layout of the new moon calendar. I think it really it helps you connect with that cyclical nature of the moon. And so the space here is limited, so there's a symbol key that you can use to keep track of different things, but it also has this small space for you to write notes and observations about how you were feeling. So I'm still continuing to use this one, and I am shifting the time when I use it to the morning, and I wonder what that will mean, how that will change my practice. At least the last few days I've been doing it in the morning, but I might go back to doing it at night. Let's see. I also have this new binder where I am starting to keep all the notes and other ideas related to my online community. So starting in July, I changed a few things about the community. Since February, it was a subscription space, and in July I decided to make it open to anyone who is interested in joining. And right now we just started an inner child exploration of creativity and play and curiosity. So we will be doing that for the next 3 months. I will add the link in the description if you're interested in joining. Here I basically just keep the notes for the different things I want to share with the group, any ideas that I might get. I did move my lists of things that I keep track of, like the books I'm reading, books I want to have in my personal library. I have my list of things I want to learn, my list of decks I want to purchase. I have been purchasing and backing a lot of decks on Kickstarter lately, so I want to do a few reviews for the decks that I have gotten. I got this binder on sale at a super discounted price, and I really like the color. So I decided to separate these different pages about lists and ideas from my other binder, which is the one I was using before, and I'm still using this one. This is where I keep my home. I opened it upside down. This is where I keep my home things, my calendar with different things that I need to be doing. And I also keep different papers that I'm collecting. So I'm still using this one. It's mostly my calendar. And it has been helping me to check in with myself just about the things I want to accomplish, and I try to do at least three things that I want to do that day so that I feel a little bit productive, although sometimes I don't. And a lot of times the things I write down are like make sure that I rest a little bit, or make sure that I drink water, or make sure that I post on Mighty Networks. So it's not a super extensive list. I also have continued to do my creativity journal. This is a handout that I made the PDF and I just printed out and work with it throughout the month. This is my June one. I did a really short walkthrough of it on my Instagram page. I was really happy because in July I finally got my printer to print in color, and the PDF itself has a lot of different pinks and teals and purples, so I was happy about that. I haven't changed much. Well, I can't remember what I shared in April, but something that is different is this moon cycle phenology wheel. It's more of a mood phenology wheel for me. I also added a letter to myself at the beginning of the month and a letter for myself at the end of the month. And there's a space for the daily creativity check-in about any creative action that you're taking each day. I'm already behind, but I'm still doing these. And I'm thinking that I want to maybe put together a little booklet and print it on Lulu for myself so that I can have it for the rest of the year, and everything will just be in a book that's binded like this. This is the notebook that I'm using right now for my class notes. I was using it for the journey through the temples and pathways that I was doing with the Fate Weaver circle. And I've been using it as my tarot reading notebook. So it's kind of turning into a hodgepodge notebook. I'm trying to just be a little more creative with like stickers and doodling and using the little washi tape that I have. I'm still using the Wee Moon planner. I stopped using it for a few weeks, but I mostly just take a look at the different art and the poetry that is shared, and I read about the solstice and the change of the zodiac sign that we're going into. I haven't been using it too much for writing different things in it, but I really like the poetry and the artwork. Although I don't know if I will buy it next year. I'll see. I have too many planners that I'm keeping track of. So yeah, that's how my journaling and different journals has shifted over the last few months. Some of them are still the same. I'm not always working on all of them all the time. I will check in with a few of them at different times of the day. But the journaling part is really important to my self-care, so that's why I make time for it. And since this last 3 months I was doing the journaling exploration with a few people on my Mighty Networks, I have been thinking of creating a smaller class that I can teach about journaling. So stay tuned for more information about that. And thank you for watching.